Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the invitation to attend this roundtable. I've been listening very carefully, and I think I've learned a lot in just a few minutes I've been connected online. I am employed in DigiNear. We work on regional programs, and I'm in charge of projects on environment and connectivity, which means energy, transport, environment, climate action, urban development, etc. I'm not doing this alone, of course. We're a whole team doing this. Our action is inspired by a number of policy documents, and I would say, first of all, is of course we're inspired by the EU Green Deal. We're trying to implement the external dimension of the Green Deal in the southern neighborhood. We are inspired also by the communication that was published in February last, renewed partnership with the Southern Mediterranean neighborhood, and by, of course, all the programmatic documents and political documents of the Union for the Mediterranean. And I was in Cairo last month for the UFM Ministerials on Environment and Climate Action on the 4th of October, which is very much in line with European Green Deal, and where we have agreed on a number of actions that we will conduct together with our partners in the Southern Mediterranean. In DigiNear, we run regional and bilateral projects. The repartition of funding is 10% for regional projects and 90% is for bilateral cooperation. So you understand that regional projects are of a relatively small scale, but they're very interesting because we use them to test solutions that can be subsequently scaled up. And these solutions can be of a technical nature, on governance, on management of resources. And while we do not have specific programs on blue economy, with a caveat that I'm going to say in a moment, we have a number of them that benefit to blue economy in a wider sense and from a wider perspective. All our projects address central and local government structures, when possible, individual businesses, and as much as possible, the civil society, and in particular, including young people. And allow me, here in the speeches before, I've noted a number of buzzwords that are all applicable to our projects. And I would say possibility to upscale, the concept of synergy among programs, the idea of capitalizing on programs, and the integration among different branches of action. Youth is also one of the buzzwords I heard before, and again, I think we touch it fully, and sustainability. Sustainability of everything we do is absolutely essential in the region. Let me briefly just mention a few of the projects that we're mentioning, that we're running, and that contribute to the overall objectives of sustainable economy and of blue economy in particular. Of course, the most famous one is WestMED. It's an 18 million project program, which is implemented by UNEP-MAP, that aims at implementing circular economy, resource efficient economy, and it works again with a number of actors and stakeholders in the ground, and it has a component for 3 million specific to blue economy, where we have projects on aquaculture and value chains in Tunisia and Morocco. Then we have a project which is very specifically of an environmental nature, which is what we call the West Water and Environment Support, which is a 10 million program for the depollution of the Mediterranean Sea, and which also gives technical assistance to the water demo projects that I will mention in a minute. And this program has a specific attention to fight plastic pollution. Then we have the integrated monitoring and assessment program / Mediterranean marine protected area, which is run by UNEP-MAP, which aims at establishing, making the Mediterranean Sea of providing it with good environmental status. It's a project of 4 millions. And then we have a very relevant area of action on transport, where with the SafeMed project, which is an 8 million program starting in 2022, the fifth phase starting in 2022, which is run by SafeMed. And we have doubled the amount for this project to reinforce the environmental dimension of this project. And by the way, it's through SafeMed that we could ensure an exchange of information on the oil leak that happened in the East Mediterranean Sea early 2021. Then we, of course, have a big program on climate action, which is ClimaMed, which also addresses several layers of governance, but with a very specific emphasis on local administrations. And we are trying innovative means to fund climate action by local administrations. In addition to these, we have a very powerful element in our toolbox, and it's the demonstration projects, through which we found test and innovative approaches. These are generally relatively small scale projects, but their potential lies in the replicability and in the information that can be extracted and disseminated to the stakeholders who can then benefit of this. At the moment, we have demos on water efficiencies, and we have a special program which we call Climate for Cities, on innovative means to fund climate action of local authorities with a relatively small share of EU grant. These demos benefit of the technical assistance, and the dissemination of their result is done through the two projects that I mentioned before, the WES and the ClimaMed. All the projects that I mentioned before are part of a system because they interact from each other, they benefit of each other experience. And when I said that we do not have a specific program, with the exception of SwitchMed on blue economy, we do have two major programs funded by the bilateral envelope with Algeria and blue economy on Algeria, one with Algeria on blue economy, fisheries and aquaculture. One other thing that I wanted to mention in terms of policy priorities is the support that we're giving to the establishment of an emission controlled area in the Mediterranean. And I heard that this morning you had a speaker of REMPEC, but I didn't know if you mentioned this. And we think that the ECAMED is a long-term shared objective that we should all pursue and hopefully achieve, the sooner the better. What are we going to do in the future? We are going to continue and of course even scale up the external dimension of the Green Deal, exchange information and support local southern partners in developing their sustainable economies and activities. We are currently programming the funds for the period 2021-2027, and we're seeking convergence between projects on environment specifically, like WES, SwitchMed, etc., and those that are more on the area of economic cooperation. Discussing are ongoing, and we hope that, I hope in the end, there will be no longer a difference between projects on economy and projects on sustainable economy, in the sense that the only future of economy is a sustainable one. I also hope that we will achieve a better integration and exchange between the Interreg and the NDC programs. Sorry, NDC is the horrible acronym for, I have to read it every time, Neighborhood Development and International Cooperation Instrument. And allow me to conclude now by reminding that while we do not have a very specific and very well tailor-made project on blue economy in the WestMED, we have a large array of projects to concur to a resource-efficient circular economy, to achieving the environmental objectives that are those of the blue economy, including on transport. And in the future, blue economy should better of a better integration and a transfer of knowledge among all the projects that are currently in place, as other speakers mentioned before, and in particular those on environment, be they economy, regional, bilateral, cross-border cooperation, etc. I also hope that EU-funded projects will serve as a catalyzer for more, and that the examples that they provide will inspire other donors that will allow scaling up the projects that we are starting at the national level, and that local authorities will find good inspirations to develop also local projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.